In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Alright folks, this is Rick Robinson with you. I want to tell you about some friends of mine from a company called Security Enforcement Specialists. When I ran my security agency for 12 years, I worked with one of these partners on a daily basis. He's been involved in this agency now, and with his other partner, they do have over 30 years of experience in the private security industry. If you own a business and you need someone to keep you or your customers or residents safe, then I highly recommend contacting Security Enforcement Specialists today. Give them a call at 405-703-1796. Again, that's 405-703-1796. Again, tell them Rick from K98 Talk sent you. Like I said, if you need the help, they are here for you. So make sure that you go look them up, check them out, and see what they can do.
Wrong way. Welcome to the place.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000, my heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
The internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Whoa! Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get started again.
You are listening live to the Vito and Vito Show. Disrespectful to the executive branch.
I would remind you that extremism in the defense of liberty is no vice.
Don't sign the damn deal, and the president will...
Therefore, I do not believe that the majority can vote a man's life or property or freedom away from him.
And we're live here on the Vito and Vito Show. I'm Vito.
And I'm Vito.
And we want to welcome you all here to the Vito and Vito Show. Check out the website, www.vitoandvito.com, for network listings, past articles, and our newest episodes over at vitoandvito.com. And I want to show you, ladies and gentlemen, this star-studded looking man sitting to my right. Oh, my God, Vito. Tell the good people at home what they're listening to.
You are listening to Vito and Vito 2, college-age, libertarian, conservative-minded college conservatives out of Brooklyn, liberal hellhole Brooklyn, New York. They would defend. We're committed to defending the. We're
committed to defending liberty, free markets, individualism, and that's right, your right to smoke pot. Down the Vito and Vito Show, we like to bring about freedom, and we like to bring about liberty here from a college millennial perspective. Listen, this is going to be a lot of fun right now. We have a special guest in the house tonight, a part of our Millennial Moments part of the show. It's going to be great. She's a superstar. She's amazing.
She's a politic chick.
She's a politic chick. She just came back from the Iran rally. that was so big this past week. Here she is, politic Mona Salama on the Vito and Vito show. Mona, say hello to the good people.
Hey, what's going on?
And here she is, Mona. How was this Iran deal? You were there.
Yes.
This has to be the biggest political event of the year.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yes.
Just in one word, describe the ambiance. Describe the atmosphere.
The atmosphere, everybody was like all excited and frustrated at the same time. So
Of
it was
course.
like happy and angry at the same time.
Well, people are gonna be pissed.
Must be some energy level.
That's right. It was popping. I seen the stuff online. I wasn't there. Vito and I weren't there. Mona was
I'm
there.
so mad at them that they weren't there, but they took
know.
school first. So.
As college conservatives, we have to uphold that image and actually go to class. So when we were there, I'm telling you, what you saw was a tremendous amount of people coming together, fighting up against this terrible deal that the president is basically trying to force down the country's throats. So I'm proud of the rally that was there. And we're going to get more into it later on in the program. But we also have some other stuff to talk about, such as socialist Bernie Sanders leading in the polls in Iowa.
And in New Hampshire. Taking over. With hashtag feel the burn, Vito.
Oh, get out of here, feel the burn.
I support him.
If you have burn down there, I suggest you get some Preparation H. This is ridiculous.
Feel the burn.
It's absolutely ridiculous. If you're sitting there and you're a Democrat and you're proudly advocating for Bernie Sanders, you're proving my point when I say all Democrats are basically socialists, or at least a far left wing, and the middle don't really know yet because they're too stupid to come around the bend. But this isn't a surprise, Vito, that we're seeing this socialist freak take hold in Iowa, New Hampshire, and as Mona said before, she just informed me, even Ohio, right? Mm-hmm. Even Ohio. These are battleground states that this communist is winning. That's got to blow your mind.
That is, but I think it's good to see, as a conservative, to see that socialist is actually gaining a lead on the corrupt Hillary Clinton.
Wait, do you really think it's because of his, you really think it's really what he's doing, or because of her, my bad apology that she did?
Yeah, do you think, is it more because Hillary is such a disaster, or is it because Bernie is this revolutionary figure with these great ideas? What's inspiring?
Quote, unquote.
Yeah.
I think it's more Bernie and the true socialists, the far left coming out, that base being, it's like the Ted Cruz of the left, being motivated by the no corruption, the more, quote unquote, the honest politician, but on the far left.
Well, I wouldn't doubt you there. I sort of agree with him. I think this has to do with the fact that the Democratic Party is finally coming into its own in 2015. It's finally coming into its own in the post-Obama era. Mm-hmm. This is it. This is the socialist, conniving, anti-life party that we have come to know as the Democrats, that we Republicans are so forced into compromising with them all the time. This is the party of the destruction of this country. That's right. The destruction of this country is on the left, and they are definitely advocating for someone that holds those views and full out Bernie Sanders.
Because if it was Hillary's mistakes and all her scandals, we would have seen the poll numbers change differently before. And, I mean, wait until Uncle Joe jumps in the race. Yeah. Biden, you might see his poll numbers go up if Hillary is actually messing up. But I think nothing sticks to Hillary, so I think her number is going to stay up.
No, she's
but
not.
It's going to be her and Bernie. I want to see Bernie increase.
I don't think she is no Teflon Don. She's no Donald Trump. Things are going to stick to her. She's going to come down eventually.
Hopefully.
I'm telling you now, Bernie Sanders, I'm calling it. Vito P, calling it here on the show. He's going to become the nominee for the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders.
I'm calling Joe Biden.
Raging socialist. You're calling Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Why Joe?
Why Joe? Because...
Do you have a thing for Crazy Joe?
No, I don't have a thing for Crazy Joe, but look at American history. When a VP always jumps in a race, he's always going to take the nominee.
I understand that, but also...
Usually the administration isn't as much of a disaster as Obama's administration is.
But they always take the nominee.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I understand that, but I think people are emotional. I think people vote based on their beliefs, and I'm telling you now, we've seen a changing belief system in this country, where even the Obama administration isn't getting a lot of support from the left. It's all going to Bernie. I want to get more into that later on in the program, but we also have this other thing that was going on in the news today. You might not have heard about it because it just happened. It's sort of breaking here, and it's got some college age, millennial gist to it, and we're all college students here in a way. Mona says she's a graduate student, but she still pays money. Vito dropped out, but Mona still pays money for school. So I'm going to put you all in the same boat as college students. And what we see is this anti-cop rhetoric making its way on college campuses. Vito, at CUNY Brooklyn College, the former college that hosted the anti-Pam Geller rally, the pro-Muslim whatever rally. I mean,
where Reverend Al and Bernie Sanders both graduated from.
Perfect example. What we see here is the anti-cop rhetoric bleeding its way onto college campuses. Vito, explain in a couple sentences is what you saw that got your eyes popping.
Well, as I was going to class in the pouring rain, I had walked through this rally of these we have audio. I took some video and pictures that we'll play later in the show of these college students chanting NYPD out of CUNY. They don't want any more cops on campus.
They don't want anyone. For those of you who don't know, CUNY, which is CUNY, stands for the City University of New York. So it's basically a bunch of publicly run college, the college system in New York.
And because it's publicly run, it's amazing.
It is. It's bizarre. I
was being facetious.
I'm getting all excited. We're going to get into it later on in the program, but we are now here on the Vito and Vito Show. Check out the website, www.vitoandvito.com, and for network listings, past articles, and our newest episodes. Listen, I want to start off with our first topic, and that is the Iran deal, this disastrous deal that is going down. Mona, Salama, Politichick, and Millennial Moment of the Month, or whatever we call this thing on this show. We're bringing on all these different millennials to show you that we actually do exist. It's not just talking points. Break it down, Mona. Get specific. Tell me what was going on at this rally. Who was there, first of all?
Who was there? Besides Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, Sarah Palin, we had former Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, we had Louis Gohmert, Congressman, we had even Jill Gilmore, presidential candidate, we had a lot of Tea Party activists, we had, what's his name, the CPAC chairman, Matt Schneip. Who else did we have? We had a lot, I saw a lot of people, and, it was like over 2,000, activists, Tea Party activists, coming out from all over across the country in the scorching heat just to say to Obama, this deal is BS. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, that's the sentiment that we're seeing. I've seen a lot of clips online. I'm sure all of us have heard about it or read about it somewhere. This deal is destructive to the entire world. Not just the country, not just to Israel, but to the entire world.
But, think about it. On my way to D.C. by taking the megabus, what's his name?
Is that a plug for Megabus?
No, that's not a plug. They owe me.
They're not advertisers here on the Vito and Vito Show, but go ahead.
Anyways.
On your way to D.C.
The Iran quote-unquote supreme leader tweets, I'm surprised he knows how to use Twitter, that Israel is going to be wiped off in the next 25 years.
Yep.
And that once this deal passed, we're going to give you the cold shoulder, America. Good job, Obama.
This is the same country that said the destruction of Israel is non-negotiable. Right. And we're walking into the negotiating room trying to make a deal with them. I mean, it's bizarre.
But how can Iran wipe off Israel from the map if they don't get a nuclear weapon? I thought this deal stops a nuclear weapon.
It doesn't stop a nuclear weapon. I'm telling you, Barack Obama thinks that this deal is going to bring about peace. He says nothing about stopping.
Does he actually think this?
I think so. I think he thinks about it as diffusing the situation and stopping the tension that we see in the world today with the Middle Eastern region. But I don't see Barack Obama genuinely thinking that Iran won't get a nuke. I think he's accepted that idea that Iran is going to get a nuke and there's nothing we could do about it, so let's try to live with them. But you can't live with people that want to kill us.
You can't live with people that sponsor terrorism all around the Middle East.
Exactly.
And that chant death to America.
Yeah. And then, President Obama is saying that if this deal does not go through, there's going to be war. No, I think it's the opposite, President. Well, I don't know what are you smoking? What are you doing? But come on, wake up.
When I said you had the right to smoke pot, I don't think the President of the United States should be smoking pot because that's what he's doing right now. I mean, he's smoking a lot of ganja because it's getting in his head. The guy's thinking a little bit too much that this deal is going to protect the country and it's going to bring peace and it's going to stop a war. I find it to be bizarre. I know tonight, on Thursday night that we're doing the show live here, President Barack Obama is going about and answering questions about the GOP, the Iran deal, excuse me. This guy is trying to make a public relations thing where he could walk around and he could just talk about the deal. And he's trying to garner up support by appealing to people on social media and putting out some videos. But it's not going to truly change the fact at the end of the day that this deal gives over millions of dollars to Iran, which goes over billions, excuse me. Thank you, $150 billion to Iran. That funds Hezbollah, that funds Hamas, that funds these terrorist organizations that seek to kill us, that aids ISIS, etc., etc. This is the same deal that basically says Iran can't have a nuclear weapon because we're not going to go ahead and inspect their facilities. They're going to do it themselves and report back to the UN. I find that to be a stupid, gullible,
and the
ignorant.
44-day rule.
And
what is that a thing?
They have 44 days, I think.
24.
24, excuse me. Where they have to contact the United States if they want to go in.
How ridiculous is that?
It's crazy. I mean, if you're sitting here and you think this deal is a beneficial thing for you in this country, in the world, you're out of your mind. But I think a lot of people listening don't necessarily hold that view. I think a lot of people are on the same idea that this country we're in trouble, and this deal is definitely going to push forward there.
56% of Americans believe this deal is catastrophe. 56.
Stay with me, kid.
Yeah.
Catastrophe. 56.
It's been a long day.
56%. 56% of Americans have said that, and I know this. Dissatisfaction in this deal has gone up in the past month. An MSNBC poll came out that says that over 40% of Americans are dissatisfied with this deal. They don't want this deal passed. And again, we're going to see Democrats come about, force their way into power. They're going to force this deal through. They're going to twist arms. They're going to get something done. Mind you, they're in the minority both in the House and the Senate, and they're still going to get this done. And Republicans who control both the House and Senate apparently can't get nothing done because we don't have the White House. This ridiculous rhetoric that's running around by Republican leadership. But the point being, Democrats in the minority are going to get this deal done. They're going to pass it, and we're going to be in big trouble.
Right. And these rallies have garnered up more support from the public, but we don't see the Senate Democrats or too many other leaders. I know Senator Chuck Schumer over in New York voted against it, but remember the whole thing? Because he wants the Jewish support in New York. He voted against the deal. He's going to vote against. But they know that him being the next Senate minority leader, he can definitely whip up other votes from the Democrats, but he's not doing that.
Yeah, he basically said to President Obama, I'm going to vote no, but gave him that wink, but it was like, don't worry, I got the support from other people. He only is worried about himself for 2016 or 2017 when he runs again, and make sure he does not lose because there's 20% of Jews that will come out and vote for him, and he does not want to lose that.
Right, by voting no, he will get the seat again. He will get the votes, but he still does not. The Democrats still have the support to pass the deal.
It's scary, it's disgusting, and I can't take any of it. But Mona, I want to get your take on this here. You know, I want to shift gears a little bit because you even got some audio with a senator who's running for president, Vito DiGiovanni. No, you got some audio from Senator Ted Cruz.
Yeah. I was lucky that, the press didn't try to, tumble me down on the ground when I was trying to get next to Donald Trump. But with Cruz, they were running to him, but not as much as, Donald Trump. But I was able to catch this, and then I was trying to get a question, but he had to run.
Well, I got you on that. We're going to get to the clip in just a second that you brought for us here. But I gotta ask. Apparently, somebody tried storming the stage, and Mona Salama shot them. What happened? Explain to me. Break it down for me, Mona. What happened? Because you saw something. Give us a little story.
Sarah Palin was speaking. She was thanking the law officers, for whatever they do, and she was talking about this deal and how she could see Russia from her backyard. And next thing you know,
I like Sarah. Leave her alone.
Hey, I'm just remembering her speech. And next thing you know, there was this guy just storming through barricades because the media was in the front, the press were in the front. And then there was a barricade for the activist, and he just starts almost storming, and he starts screaming, this is my daughter with, stacks of paper, and, the Secret Service, the police officer had to run and, stop him.
Wow. Did he get on the stage?
No.
Oh, they took him right before?
Yeah.
But he was definitely headed for the stage.
Yeah, he definitely was.
That's scary.
Yeah, and if you want to see the video is on my YouTube channel. Just look me up, Mona Salama, and you'll see the video.
Great. Keep plugging yourself away. Listen, I want to go ahead and play this clip. So if my producer can go ahead and play this up right now, I want to play this Ted Cruz clip. And I want to talk about the political implications of what this whole deal was about and who was there. So go ahead, play the clip.
$100 billion to jihadists who want to kill us is very beneficial in getting that done. So I'm grateful Donald came because he brought each and every one of you with him.
But do you take him seriously as a presidential candidate? Could you see him as the Republican nominee? I know you're running against, you want to win yourself, but Donald Trump, could you really see him as the Republican candidate for president?
Let's be very clear.
The nominee.
I don't believe Donald is going to be the Republican nominee. We are running to win this nomination, and it is my hope to earn the support of every one of Donald's supporters. It's interesting, reporters act as if this is like a shocking discovery. Cruz is trying to get Trump's supporters to support him. Of course I am. And I'm trying to get the supporters of every other candidate. I'm trying to get Jeb Bush's supporters to support me, and Marco's and Scott Walker's. That's called a political campaign, and we're going to work very hard to unite Republicans and to bring together that old Reagan coalition. And so I am grateful for the opportunity to energize conservatives and evangelicals and libertarians and young people and Hispanics and women and Reagan Democrats. And that's what we're seeing happening all over the country.
But you're embracing Trump while others are attacking.
Okay, I gotta ask, Mona. Now, you were there, you saw the senator, you saw what he said.
Mm-hmm.
He says how he's looking to get Donald Trump supporters. He says, make no mistake, I'm fighting for Donald Trump supporters. I'm looking to get Jeb Bush supporters. We only got this one clip from the event, but the most important point here is what you see is Senator Ted Cruz coming out, actively saying he's going to fight for Donald Trump's voters.
Mm-hmm.
But was Donald Trump not invited to the Iran rally because of Ted Cruz?
No, basically, the Tea Party Patriots organized this rally. They headlined Ted Cruz. And then 2 weeks ago, Ted Cruz, I think Donald Trump said something nice about Ted Cruz. So Ted Cruz called and asked Trump to come to the rally 2 weeks ago. So now there's Donald Trump, Ted Cruz are headlining this event.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the reason why Ted Cruz even said it is because wherever Trump goes, the media are going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
The mainstream media are going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to follow in flocks. And not only that, more activists are going to come out and support.
Okay.
So Ted Cruz sees this as an opportunity to be like, hey, I'm friends with Trump, but if something happens, I'm next in line.
Okay, well, I got to ask you this now, because Trump was there, Cruz was there, these are the big figures running for president.
Mm-hmm.
But they're at this rally that I think has to be the most important political event in this country's past year. Was this Iran rally. Honestly, I genuinely believe that. So you're at this rally, people are yelling, people are screaming, people are pissed off, and they're fighting up on stage. Let me ask you this. Do you think Ted Cruz was there and not attacking Trump and because they shook hands on stage, they were very friendly and cordial. Yeah, they were cordial to one another.
Of course.
So my question here is, you think they're teaming up? You think something's going on here? You think Trump maybe has tapped them for VP, or maybe Cruz has tapped Trump, or something might be the case?
Who knows about that? But I think Cruz is playing this smart. He knows that if you attack Trump, your poll numbers are going to go down. Look at Perry, look at Paul, look at Lindsey Graham, and now next is going to be Jindal. And Ben Carson, he attacked Trump, and now it's 32-19 in the CNN poll just released today.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows you attack Trump, your numbers are going to go down the drain.
Right.
So Cruz, being a very elegant and very respectable person, knows that a friend of my friend is going to be my enemy.
Okay. So you're telling me that the whole reason behind the Trump-Cruz thing is that Trump is basically saying, look, I don't mind if you ride my coattails, but let me tell you something. Don't attack me. I won't attack you, and we'll play it smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You think this is going to help Cruz win the presidency? I think it might help Donald, because if you think about it, I think Donald Trump is sitting at the top right now, and he's just collecting all of Cruz's people.
Yeah.
I think Cruz is the one hurt the most by a Donald Trump
But
run.
you don't know what can happen. Trump just attacked Carly Fiorina, and that was very uncalled for. But then again, it's the Trump.
But excuse me, the Donald, there's a reason we call him the Teflon Don. It's because nothing does stick to him. He's just called John McCain, not even a war hero. He's attacked people,
he attacked
Megyn Kelly.
a bimbo.
Exactly. And now he's attacked Carly Fiorina, and he said what did he say?
But he said that her face is not attractive to be a president.
Exactly. And he was like, I'm not talking about her looks, I'm talking about her personality, which is bizarre in and of itself. But I'm sort of confused here.
I know.
I want to get people's take on this. Is Cruz playing a real smart card right now by not attacking Trump?
No, why should he right now? Wait, it's what?
I
4 more months into the Iowa caucus.
Mm-hmm.
Play this smooth, play this nice. Anything can happen. And people are going to start dropping out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those voters of let's say the low tier are going to go jump rallies with them. And anything can happen, Remember when Mitt Romney, he was leading the polls and then he said 47%.
Right.
And next thing you know, he drops down.
Yeah, but Mitt Romney's not Donald Trump.
Right, but anything can happen. I'm just saying, right now, Donald is indispensable.
Mm-hmm.
But something can happen that's going to hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to start seeing hey, Donald Trump is tapping into these people's anger and emotions. But when he cannot deliver the policies, he cannot deliver what he's going to do.
Right.
He says that he's going to release the 4 hostages before he becomes president. How can that happen if you're not a sitting official?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But it is a pretty ballsy move, I gotta say.
Yeah. And you saw this during the debate, too, that Ted Cruz did not go after other candidates. He kept to his own. I think it's a smart plan. I definitely do. Let other candidates drop out first, still very early. But, hey, I wouldn't be too surprised if Cruz gets Trump's voters and maybe Cruz Trump for a ticket.
Yeah, you may never know.
I'm thinking maybe that might be an opportunity, but what you see here is, I think, a very smart strategy by Cruz. I agree with you, Mona, and I agree with you, Vito. The fact is, Cruz has no need to attack Donald Trump.
Yep, he's attacking Obama, he's attacking Hillary, he's attacking the administration, and that's how you run for president. You don't attack each other right now until time to go for the caucus.
I mean, if you really want to talk about it like this, is Ted? Excuse me, I drew a blank.
I know.
I was fixed on your beauty. Is Ted Cruz? That got me out of that one. Is Ted Cruz the rebirth of Ronald Reagan? Because I think he is. Let me tell you why. Ronald Reagan walked around and said, "You have to obey this 11th commandment. Thou shalt not attack another Republican." Has Cruz attacked any other Republican on the stump?
No.
This is why he's my pick for 2016. He's the most elegant, he's the most respectful, he's the smartest one, and he's,
Yeah, remind me to
according
read
to
his
Vito,
book. I'm done with it.
Great book, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is really, really good.
I've heard reviews off the charts. But what you see is a guy running for president. Honest, finally, someone who's honest, forward, and up to the point about what he's talking about. And he's not attacking other people to put himself up. He's just stating his facts. Now, is that working so far? Look, he's not number one in the polls, but he's not attacking the number one player. And I got to say, that sort of respect goes a long way.
But he's leading against Bush, isn't he?
Exactly.
There you go.
So here's the establishment dog that's getting kicked down right now because of Donald Trump.
Because he's attacking the Donald.
Right. Well, because Jeb Bush is attacking the Donald, but Ted Cruz is playing a very smart, courteous, respectful game.
And anybody who goes after the Donalds suffers in the polls. You see, nothing sticks to him. He goes after them. He released Lindsey Graham's phone number. Who knows what he has on other people? I would just, keep clear of him for now.
I think there's political implications. I think Cruz is, at the end of the day, trying to win the nomination for himself, but I think he's smart playing in the wings, and he's going to swoop in when the Donald does fall. If he falls, I'm not surprised if Donald Trump gets the nomination for the Republican Party. I wouldn't want him to, based on his, Elizabeth Warren today came out and said she supports the Donald's tax plan, and you take a look at his
tax plan is just too socialist.
Oh
That's the
my
only
God.
thing that's turning me off about him. But everything else, his anger, his frustration, and he's not a political figure is what's driving Americans to want him to become president. And even if it's not him, even Carson, these two guys are not the political insiders. And a lot of Americans are looking and saying, hey, you don't have to be a senator, you don't have to be a congressman to run for president, as long as you have the brains and you know what's going on. And Trump, he knows how to get people angry and motivated, but he needs policy plans to back it up.
And the exact same thing is happening on the other side with the Democrats, with the grassroots, with Bernie Sanders going against Hillary.
Let's talk about that right now. Yeah, let's segue into our next topic. Before we do, I just want to say, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Reagan was elected. The Iranian hostages were let out before he was.
Oh, so that's what Trump is saying.
Before he was sworn in. So he's trying to put himself up with Reagan, but
he's trying to say history is going to repeat itself. If he's
I don't know.
elected.
And you know what? I tend to sort of agree with Donald in a way, because who knows, Vito? Maybe. Because Donald Trump is so crazy and he's so out there and he's so the Donald. You know what? If I was Iran, I think I'd get the hostages away immediately, because I think Donald would push the black box.
I think, looking back at history, I remember I read somewhere, this is a long time ago, before even the Vitos were born. Let me stop. The reason why the Iranians waited to release, because they didn't think Ronald Reagan was going to be tough. They thought he was going to be Jimmy Carter Part 2. And that's why they waited till the day he was inaugurated to release those hostages. So, I don't know. And then look what happened when Ronald was president. Next thing you know, Cold War is ending.
That's true. But I don't think, I also don't think that Trump is the only one with that finesse and that power and that ability.
So I see that in Ted Cruz.
I see that in Ted Cruz. I see that in a lot of other politicians.
I see it in Ted Cruz. I see it in Walker. I see it in Rubio. I haven't seen Rand Paul in a while, so he's getting me pissed off because
there's a lot of issues with the Rand Paul campaign that we'd love to talk about. But we got to move on. I want to talk about some crazy socialists. And his name is Bernie Sanders. He's leading in the polls, Vito. He's leading in the polls.
In Iowa, New Hampshire, and Ohio.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
But this might surprise you because, yes, he is a self-proclaimed socialist.
Democratic socialist.
So not necessarily forcing you to, socialist nation. But if you say it's okay, then fine.
I'm telling you now, if Bernie Sanders gets he's going to get the nomination, but when and if he does, the GOP is going to win, and they're going to win big. They could even run Jeb Bush, and they'll win, because this country is not socialist. The problem is, I think that's true right now. The problem is, when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, and it gets down to campaign season, look, Barack Obama won the presidency, and the guy bred his political career over in Bill Ayers' living room, and he started his political career with Jeremiah Wright and a bunch of other socialist figures. We cannot trust Bernie Sanders to win the nomination. Now, if Hillary wins, that's another scary thought. All Democrats are scary. But if it goes to show you that if this country has really lost its brains, it would elect Bernie Sanders as president of the United States.
But that won't happen. The general election will not favor for a socialist.
I don't think...
This nation is not a socialist nation.
I think so now, but look in the past. We've elected Barack.
Barack was not a socialist.
Oh, come on.
He ran as a Democratic Socialist?
Yeah, okay, all right. So he didn't run as an out-and-out Democratic Socialist, but he certainly governed like one, and he governed much more, and he said he was going to run and campaign and govern as a liberal. He said he was going to be
liberal,
different.
Yes, a different and a liberal is not a socialist.
I understand, but at the end of the day...
You want hope and change, bring back America, make it great, help out all the minorities. But that's great. That's not a socialist.
But the difference is that here is somebody in Barack Obama running for the presidency in 2008, and he runs on equality, and he runs on this idea of redistribution of wealth, and he says you didn't build that, and he grows about a big campaign in a different way that is absolutely, completely different than his predecessors in the Democratic Party. He doesn't run the Bill Clinton model of the third way politics. He doesn't run down the middle. He doesn't run as a moderate. He doesn't run as somebody who's looking to compromise. He runs as a staunch, hope and change, revolutionary, crazy-ass president who's bent up on being a liberal and a proud one at it. And you know what? I think that has to be one of the more scarier things, in that this country was willing and did elect this man twice in Barack Obama. And you know what? They might go ahead and even elect Bernie Sanders if the opportunity presents itself.
I don't see that happening. But in Iowa, Sanders is over Clinton 41-40, New Hampshire 42-34. I know Ohio is in the lead, but South Carolina, another big state, he's down 62-9.
Okay.
So
62-9?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Joe Biden's not even announced yet.
You know, and I don't
wait until O'Malley gets going.
The only thing Joe Biden is going to do, the only thing Joe Biden is going to do is going to split the vote in between the Hillary Clinton supporters and himself, Joe Biden. He's not going to take votes away from Sanders. If anything, Sanders is going to grow because of the split with Biden
Which
and
I think
Hillary.
is good.
I think it's good because now, it's good and it's bad. Good because you get Bernie Sanders. Bad because you get Bernie Sanders. I mean, because I'm so on the fence about this. On one hand, I really want to go about and have Bernie win. I want him to win the nomination because the country's like, okay, no, we're not socialists. We're not voting for this. But on the other hand, the country did elect Barack Obama, and the Democratic Party is no longer your father's Democratic Party. It's a crazy socialist, communist-like party. They don't agree on private property rights. They don't agree on your right to life. They don't agree on your right to liberty nor property. So, in essence, the country can vote and possibly elect Bernie Sanders because you got enough people out there so ignorant and so dumb and pent up on hope and change, and they're drinking so much of that Kool-Aid that they're going to be sitting in the back seat when it comes back to America's destruction because they voted for this horrible ride.
But it's one thing voting for Obama, a Clinton, someone's more moderate, somebody more democratic and helping equality than a full-out socialist. Okay, even in the names itself will make a difference in the general election.
Right.
Saying, oh, you're going to vote for Obama, who's a liberal. Yeah, he's far left, but he's not a socialist. Bernie Sanders is a socialist. That's the thing.
It's some scary stuff. I want to talk more about that in just a little bit, but let me just say something. Vito and I are excited to announce that the 6th annual Liberty Fest NYC will be taking place Saturday, October 10th and Sunday, October 11th at the Warsaw Concert Hall in Brooklyn, New York. And we're going to be speaking there on October 11th. That's right. We're going to be speaking there, Liberty Fest NYC. A yearly event that brings together speakers from across the political spectrum, from Republicans to Democrats to Libertarians and even anarchists. Vito and I are proud to be a part of an event that doesn't silence folks simply because of a differing view. We're all about freedom of speech. We're not like the liberals. Liberals don't believe in freedom of speech. We certainly do. Let me tell you something about Liberty Fest. It welcomes dynamite speakers like former New Mexico governor and presidential candidate Gary Johnson, Jimmy McMillan of the Rent is Too Damn High Party, Wayne Dupree, ACU Blogger of the Year, host of Adam versus the Man, Adam Kokesh. It's going to be huge, and I encourage all of you to check out Liberty Fest NYC. Check out the website, www.lfnyc.com, for more information on how you can purchase tickets and be part of this amazing conference where we can help strengthen liberty together. Again, Liberty Fest NYC, October 10th and 11th at the Warsaw Concert Hall in Brooklyn, New York. Vito and I will be speaking there on October 11th, so head on over to www.lfnyc, again, www.lfnyc.com to purchase your tickets today and see Vito and Vito in a thong. Listen, Vito, when we return, more talk on how Hillary and the Democratic Party is nothing but a bunch of socialists and how Bernie Sanders' rise means the end of America. And when we return, also, forget about it, moments of the week and Twitter fan right here on the Vito and Vito Show.
So what is behind enemy lines anyway?
This is the true story of two friends living in the People's Republic of New York City who work together and have their conversations taped to find out what happens when conservatives stop being politically correct and start getting real. We are Behind Enemy Lines. Watch your wallets. Thursdays at 1 on WNJC, part of the Conservative Commandos Radio Network.
Who might you save?
Your mother, your father, your husband, uncle, aunt, son.
Learn FAST, F-A-S-T, the sudden signs of a stroke, and you could save.
Your friend, teacher, boss.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. F-A-S-T. That's F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in the recovery of
your neighbor, the waiter, grandmother, grandfather.
So learn FAST, the sudden signs of a stroke, then pass it on, because you never know who might save you.
Your wife, your colleague.
Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org, brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Are you among the 64% of Americans who believe our country is going in the wrong direction? If yes, then eVoiceAmerica.com is the political take-action site we've all been waiting for. And it's really free.
And we're back here on the Vito and Vito Show. Vito, I know you like free stuff. We all like free stuff. So head over to VitoandVito.com right now for a free Art is War t-shirt. That's right. Our friends over at Art is War has partnered up with the Vito and Vito Show for this amazing contest where we're giving out free t-shirts to anyone who subscribes to our website. On the right-hand corner on VitoandVito.com, enter in your email, subscribe, and we can send you a free Art is War t-shirt. That's right, Vito. Go to artiswar.us for some cool conservative t-shirts, blog posts, and more stickers, all that fun stuff. But for the contest, VitoandVito.com, subscribe via email.
That's right. Check out www.vitoandvito.com for network listings, past episodes, and our newest articles. Again, the Vito and Vito Show in Brooklyn.
It's nothing but the truth.
Give us a follow on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Listen, right before the break, we were talking about how Democrats suck and how they're basically going to ruin the country. That this is socialism at the highest degree, with Bernie Sanders now leading in the polls in a couple of battleground states. It's only a matter of time, Vito, till the Democratic Party becomes the Socialist Party of the United States. It is Eugene V. Debs all over again. Upton Sinclair, we're in the house. They're in the house. I'm a liberty lover. These people hate America because they're all about socialism, and socialism is anti-life. It doesn't respect life, liberty, and property. I mean, we can go on about socialism, but I just want to show you the facts. Bernie Sanders, a self-proclaimed democratic socialist, is coming out and saying how this is going to happen. This crazy revolution of socialist college kids and dirty, smelly old hippies from the 60s are coming about looking to make things happen for themselves. They're looking to bring about a scary vision of America.
And his poll numbers are going up. He passed Hillary Clinton in Iowa, Ohio, and New Hampshire. But I say this is good. If Bernie Sanders gets the nomination, there's no way he would beat any Republican. A socialist cannot win in the United States of America.
I hope a socialist can't win in the U.S., but this is what I say at the end of the day. I say that if Bernie gets the nod, the United States is in a lot of trouble. Because, you know what? Bernie Sanders might not win, but Elizabeth Warren might. And in the next presidential election, you might have someone like Barbara Boxer.
It starts a trend.
Right. And you see a complete change in the party. No more is the Democratic Party fighting for JFK values. No longer is the Democratic Party talking about asking what you can do for your country. No longer is the Democratic Party talking about how we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Instead, it's the Democratic Party that's sitting here and telling you, we're a bunch of communists. And we're proud of it. If you Tea Party people can get out and scream, we want to get out and scream too. And you know what? You know what the scary part is? There's only a matter of time. I just hope we get the same enthusiasm on the right with people like Ted Cruz and Rand Pauls and conservatives and libertarians on the right who are willing to stand up and hold their political party, the Republican Party, accountable.
I hope so, or it's over in the general.
It's over in the general because now people on the left are so dissatisfied with the leadership. They're so dissatisfied with not getting universal health care, not getting free college, not getting free water, free food, free prostitution. They're not getting these free things, so they're angry. So now they're getting so pissed off, they're going about and they're finally coming to their extreme versions of themselves. They're trying to put in crazy socialists like Bernie Sanders, and they're bringing his hair with them to the White House. And that's scary. We gotta come together as a conservative movement and try to stop this crazy guy. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I don't want to deal.
Forget about it.
That's right. Forget about it. Moments of the week here on the Vito and Vito Show. It's that time of the week again.
What? Forget about it? Forget about it. Forget about it.
That's right. Forget about it. Moments of the week. This is the time when we break down some of the craziest moments in politics. A little fun segment we like to have here on the Vito and Vito Show. We pick some of the top 3 craziest, weirdest, happiest, saddest, those moments in life when you say humanity is doomed. We bring them to the forefront here on the Vito and Vito Show.
Guys, I have breaking news.
We got breaking news right now.
And
What?
CNN has just announced the lineup for the next debate happening next Wednesday, September 16th. Do you guys want to hear the top 10?
All right.
Drum roll, please.
This is happening. This is going to replace that. Forget about it. Moments of the week. Mona, who is in the top 10?
We got Donald Trump.
Okay.
We got Jeb Bush. Okay. We got Scott Walker.
Uh-huh.
We got Ben Carson.
Uh-huh.
Ted Cruz. Marco Rubio. Mike Huckabee. Rand Paul. John Kasich. Chris Christie.
All right. Rand Paul's in the debate?
Mm-hmm.
Carly Fiorina is not?
That's what it says here.
Carly Fiorina is not in the debate. Is that what you're saying?
That's what. Wait, hold on. Let me double check.
Take another look.
No, she'll be joining the other time, so there'll be 11 that day, actually.
So they made an exception for Carly Fiorina because she's a woman. That's why.
They literally added another spot for her.
They added another spot.
They added another spot. Mona Salami here, Politichick. She's on fire. She was at the Iran deal. She's at Millennium Moment of the Week. I don't know. What do you think?
Game.
I don't know. Somebody in the chat room right now, which is at VitoandVito.com, by the way, just said that's wrong. Carly Fiorina's in the debate. Yeah, I agree. You know what? It's top 10, not top 11.
No, I think it's wrong for what CNN is doing.
Hold on. Stay with me.
No, I think it's wrong what CNN did. How they announced the poll, like their criteria is who your average of the poll before the first debate plus the first after the first debate is what's gonna make you to the second debate. People didn't even know who Carly Fiorina was before the first debate, who Ted Cruz really was, who Ben Carson was. After the first debate, their numbers skyrocket. So you're telling me that, like, after the first debate, you can't count the 8 polls from after the first debate? That should have been the same way how Fox did it before their debate.
You see, here's the thing about this.
You can't count before. It's like saying, like, a before and after picture. Like, you know, I'm going to send you a before and after picture, and then you're going to think this is how it was before and after.
So then cut out Chris Christie or some other schmool.
Chris Christie had high numbers before the first debate.
This isn't fair. Yeah. I think this whole debate thing is ridiculous. Either, you know what? Stop picking who you want in the debate. Put everybody on the damn stage and ask them all a question and be fair. Not that Megyn Kelly crap. All right.
All 60 candidates and my mother running.
Put them on the damn stage put them on the stage.
Oh, forget about it.
Come on, let's get the forget about it moments of the week.
You're gonna like these, Vito.
Go ahead. What do you got?
The federal government has spent $345,019 to make computers, quote unquote, gender sensitive. Oh my God. Mona, is your computer there gender sensitive? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. She has this like
gender.
She has this leopard case on the computer. It's unbelievable. This is
I'm a tan girl with leopard print. Welcome to New York.
Welcome to Foxy's. Let me tell you something. This is ridiculous. This is a waste of money at the highest degree. Waste of money at the highest degree because we need to have gender-sensitive computers. If you believe this crap, you're a fool. Look, I'm all about expressing yourself and being free. Just don't spend my taxpayer money on it.
Just like when the federal government spent money to research why lesbians are heavy.
Yep, can't make this up.
Why there's fat lesbians.
Yep, something else has got to compensate. Something else has got to compensate for something down there. Vito, what else do we have for Forget About It Moment of the Week?
A poisonous snake bit a farmer's penis while peeing in an open field.
Oh my God.
Vito, lesson learned, do not pee in open fields.
I will try not to, Vito.
Or the subway system in New York.
Hey, you could pee in New York City. You know, the Democrat socialists in New York City outlawed that, so you could do it in New York City. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's the de Blasio administration. I'm not surprised some rats aren't snatching up somebody's ding-a-ling out here in the city.
It's not fun if the rats bite you.
Exactly.
A snake might not bite you, but
a rat will.
A rat or a bum might get you.
What's our last Forget About It Moment of the Week?
Right, according to American Insider, it now costs a whopping $40 to take a date to McDonald's.
Wow. Is that because of the increase in the minimum wage and the ridiculous regulations that prohibit people from being free?
I didn't even get that far, because who the hell takes a date to McDonald's?
Yep, I can't make this stuff up neither.
Vito, where do you take your dates?
I don't take them out. I don't take them out. I'm poor. I'm very
saves
poor.
Money.
I'm very poor. I mean, if you go on Craigslist, they have the prices for you, so you don't really have to take them out.
They take credit cards.
Yeah, they come to you. Like, it's fantastic. Listen, Vito, I gotta go ahead and also ask you, who's our Twitter fan of the week?
Our Twitter fan is going to @bone_Shaw. Our friend Timmy Shaw, he's joined the Navy.
That's right. Proud of him. God bless him. Wish him nothing but the best.
God
He's a
bless.
patriot. Go ahead and give him a follow @bone_Shaw. The kid's a superstar. He's a great kid. Wish him nothing but the best and hope that he remembers Vito and Vito while he's sailing the seven seas. Listen, Vito, we're having a lot of fun, but we got some serious stuff to talk about. Anti-cop sentiment making its way on college campuses. This is it. This is it. This is your Black Lives Matter. This is your I hate America. This is I hate white people sentiment. This is it. It's finally spilling over and it's hitting college campuses. It's leaving impressions on the mind of young people and it's raping them. That's right, raping them. Vito, explain to the good people at home what you saw at your college today, the liberal CUNY Brooklyn College, home of Al Sharpton and Reverend Al.
And Barbara Boxer.
And Barbara Boxer.
It just goes on. Yeah. Through the pouring rain today going to class, I had to fight through a rally, an anti-cop rally held by my fellow students. They were chanting, I think we have a clip of this as well, they were chanting NYPD out of CUNY. CUNY stands for College University of New York.
Oh my God, City University of New York. Yeah, I pay all this money.
Yeah, you pay for me.
I pay, subsidized public education, the public college system.
It's working great. It's working great.
Awful. It's been awful. It's been awful. This is what we see. Let's go ahead. I want my producer to do this. I want him to play the clip. Do us a favor, baby. Play the clip of this anti-cop rally.
Out of CUNY. NYPD out of CUNY. NYPD out of CUNY. NYPD out of CUNY.
You see, right there. Right there. And now these are young college kids, Vito. We got the pictures up online, right? Over at www.vitoandvito.com. They're on our Twitter. They're on our Facebook. They're going to be up in a little bit. You can see what we're talking about. You got kids lining up in the pouring rain with all these signs that say Black Lives Matter. We hate the cops. We don't like NYPD. Get them out of CUNY. I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, this is it. This is your Black Lives Matter protest.
But this all started.
Blowing up in your faces.
This all started because apparently a longtime janitor at Brooklyn College was busted by an undercover cop for selling cocaine on campus. I probably recognize the guy.
Well,
yes,
someone's got to get the coke.
Right outside of campus, right there, is busted by undercover cops. All these students, I saw this on Facebook, saying that we have to get the undercover cops and the NYPD out of campus. Out. All this surveillance and infringing on our Fourth Amendment.
Well,
and all this and the cops.
All right, go ahead.
I got a message for all these Brooklyn quote-unquote college students. If you get attacked, raped, assaulted, what is it called? Robbed, whatever the crimes are, Don't call the NYPD. Call Al Sharpton. Call the Black Lives Matter people, and I hope they help you.
That's right.
Leave these cops alone. They.
Oh my God!
I am so mad. I am
on a roll tonight.
This is the one thing that gets me cursing like a storm. I'm so sorry.
All right, you're off the air. We love you.
All right.
She's on a roll.
Oh my God. I am so sorry, everybody. But
Hey, you know
anyways.
what? On the bright side, I don't think this is FTC regulated on the internet. So if it is, Moni, you're getting the bill. But if it isn't, but she makes a good point, and you know what? She tells what a lot of Americans are talking about. We're pissed off. A lot of Americans are pissed off. People love their police officers. That's right. Moni, you got a lot of feedback in the chat room. They love you. You see that? They love you. That's right. Mona's right. I'm not going to reiterate it, but she's definitely right. You gotta sit there and you gotta love your police officers, because when you get shot, when you get robbed, when you get stolen things, when you're in trouble, who are you gonna call? You ain't gonna call Ghostbusters, baby. You're gonna call your cops. You're gonna call your sheriffs. You're gonna call people in law enforcement, and they're gonna come out and they're gonna protect you, because that is their job. That is a legitimate function of the government, to protect your rights. And you know what? Mona is 100% right. So is Sheriff Clark. So is the police union leader here.
Pat Lynch.
Pat Lynch, thank you. And fighting with the NYPD, on the side of the NYPD against Mayor de Blasio and against Al Sharpton and against the anti-cop rhetoric. This is it. This is what it comes down to. When college students are too busy in their professors behind, and they're too busy living and trying to say and reiterate what they talk about by spewing talking points and walking around saying love is love, peace is peace, crap is crap, they miss the point. People got jobs, things work in certain ways, and this is a function of government that needs to be protected and utilized to the fullest degree. The government is there to hire police officers to protect your rights as individuals. Now, there's a lot of laws in the black community that affect the black community in negative ways. Drug laws, I think there's a lot of laws against freedom, regulations, and trade. Absolutely. But you cannot go around and start shooting police officers and blaming them for everything. They're not a scapegoat. Because you know what they're doing? Black Lives Matter is treating police officers like Jews back in the Holocaust. They're giving them... That's right. They're blaming cops for everything. And it's not the police fault. It's not their fault 100%.
No, it's not. And especially on campus, I don't see the problem with more officers. I mean, Vito, I've received emails saying that people are right near campus to be careful at Unite classes. There's shootings. I was actually on the block last semester where there was a shooting.
Were you?
Yes.
Wow.
By the junction, Brooklyn geography.
The junction, yeah, because you know what that is.
I'm going to explain the junction now, Vito. The junction is a very big, it's like Times Square in Brooklyn almost, but it's a black community right near the Jewish community, which Brooklyn College is right smack in the middle of. Because Brooklyn College has a very big population of Jewish and African Americans. So they come right together right there, and they call that the junction, where there happens to be a lot of shooting, stabbings, and murders, and all that fun stuff. And I was there for a shooting. So I do not see the problem with more cops, because, listen, you're supposed to show your ID to get on campus, big campus, right? You saw Brooklyn College. Right. They don't ID you. Anybody can walk in. Yep. 18,000 students, all at risk. Mm-hmm. I feel more safe. I feel safer now knowing there's undercover cops on campus. Right. I like the NYPD presence there, not just the little security, the community security hanging out.
I got no problem with cops walking the beat, protecting my right to life, liberty, and property. I got a problem when they're going ahead and they're arresting kids for drugs. I got a problem. But you can't blame cops.
But they're enforcing the law.
They're enforcing the law.
So you have a problem with the law.
Something that the president doesn't want to do. But beside that point, exactly, they're enforcing the law passed by a legislator via a constitutional process for their system of government to work. Not crazy, not bizarre. It works in conjunction with logic. So if you're going to sit here and you're going to blame cops for everything, you got a problem. It's not the cops' fault. Some go overboard, not all. And most of them are sitting there to protect your right to live peacefully with other people. I don't blame cops. I love cops. I stand up with them 100%, except for small exceptions, like, I don't know, Rodney King.
Okay, you guys weren't even born when Rodney King happened.
Fight the power.
Fight the power. That was a big public enemy thing. But whatever. The point is, cops stand for truth. I got to love them. You got to stand police officers, and they got to stop being shot. This is a result of Obama's America. This is a result of the Democratic Party accepting these people with open arms, Occupy Wall Street, Reverend Al, and the rest of those schmools over on MSNBC and in the liberal media that keep propagating this stuff. And they keep telling you over and over again that this is what we have to do. We need to fight race relations in this country. Let me tell you something. For a black president, for the first black president, we've seen nothing but a deterioration of race relations in this country. What does that go to show you? What does that go to show you? I thought this guy was going to be the uniter. Instead, he's been nothing but a divider.
I want to read you some of the signs people are holding today.
I'm dying to hear this. Go ahead.
One was NYPD out of CUNY.
Okay.
Liberate CUNY.
Liberate.
Increase wages, decrease cops. Because that makes sense. And then end the surveillance state.
Okay, well, I can get along with the end the surveillance state thing.
But this is CUNY. This is a college where there should be cameras up.
Hey,
right?
don't forget, you see Muslim people holding this.
I was just about to say, thank you. None of Muslims are holding this stuff. What? You know what? I'm getting a whole rant about Muslims right now. I'm not going to. And Islam and this destruction of an ideology, but we're not going to get into that.
There's only so much time.
I just want to focus. We only have a certain amount of time left. But I just want to say, what you see here is kids. They're impressionable. I don't blame these kids. I blame the professors. I blame these movements. I blame these social activists coming together.
I blame the kids too.
What? You really go after the kids?
You have a brain of your... Why am I not doing this?
Because you know what? It's being underutilized and we're told that our brains can't process this information.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm that special that I can process something?
Again, we're special because a lot of kids aren't able to process
my mom was
this.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you're special in that other way. You know what I mean? Okay. Like you pee standing up, right? Or sitting down.
What,
sideways.
Men pee standing up.
They do?
Okay,
I'm not doing it anymore, so a snake might bite me.
Oh, God. Vito, please.
Mona pee standing up.
Oh, my... Shh. Guys.
Mona actually was
Nobody
Bruce,
knows my gender.
Bruce, and then Bruce became Caitlyn, and Caitlyn's now Mona.
I might be going to jail.
I know, I heard.
This is turning into the E.
Anyways. Oh, my God. Anyways. Vito.
Mona.
Get the hell out of that school, not you. Because Vito, am I right? Please get out the hell out of that school.
I should have went to St. Francis.
That's right. That's where I go.
Or you can go to John Jay.
John Jay.
Good school.
Another CUNY
or
school.
City College.
John Jay is all about the police, right? I know it trains police officers, so there's a
criminal justice
There's some people who don't like the cops, but it's a good school. You'll learn a lot.
A lot of kids don't like cops because kids are stupid.
I might go to, what's that called? Columbia?
Yeah, Columbia.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to transfer to Harvard. Yeah, because they'll take me.
I know poor man's Harvard. That's Brooklyn's slogan.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I swear that's what they told me.
Brooklyn College is what I like to call the anti-logic college. Listen, we're signing off here on the Vito and Vito show. It was great having you on. That's right, man. Just go to an online school, as someone says in the chat. Go to that thing, the school in Arizona online. Do one of those things. Or just listen here to the Vito and Vito show. Check out the website, www.vitoandvito.com, for network listings, past articles, and our newest episodes from the anal ward of the Empire State Building.
Because we can't afford the first floor.
The Vito and Vito show in Brooklyn.
It's nothing but the truth.
Good night.
The leader in talk radio on the internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Hey folks, Slickery Trigger here. I'd like to take a minute to tell you about Rebel Road Tactical. As a defensive pistol instructor, I've had the opportunity to observe many different holster designs and configurations. And one thing is clear. Many of my students won't carry a pistol. Or worse, they'll carry one without a holster at all. Holster designers aren't making holsters for normal people. It seems that most holsters are either an expensive piece of gear designed for Rambo or a piece that doesn't fit or function the way real people need it to fit and function. So, like any good Texan, I decided to learn to form codex and design one myself, one that would fit the needs of average people. The result is the Rebel Road Tactical CRT Modular. The CRT stands for Carry, Range, and Training. Its thin and lightweight curved design minimizes printing and is adjustable to fit just right for superior comfort and function. Check us out after the show at rebelroadconcealed.blogspot.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.